The information shared on the Self-Care with Gene Edelman podcast, including the Kitchen with Gene series, is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult your doctor or qualified healthcare professional before beginning any diet or nutrition plan to ensure it is appropriate for your individual health needs and circumstances.
Hi, I'm Gene Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my thoughts of the week. Welcome back to the kitchen. It's January 29th, and today in the kitchen, we're going to talk about hearty soups and stews. When I started my macrobiotic journey, lentils and legumes were a food group that I knew nothing about, never cooked them, didn't know how to cook them, and really had a big learning curve. But I want to talk about them today, lentils and legumes, so we can find out why they are so beneficial to our diet. The numerous benefits include improved heart health, improved digestive health, better blood sugar control, support for our weight management, because there is such high content of fiber, protein, minerals, and vitamins. Plus, they're low in fat and cholesterol, making them a healthy, economical addition to our meals. So there's about 4 main areas that legumes and lentils help us with our health. The first is our cardiovascular health, because they are low in fat, high in fiber, high in minerals, and high in protein. They are helping us with our heart health. They are nutrient-rich with fiber, folate, and antioxidants. Our lentils and legumes are also helping with our gut health. Because of this high fiber, they are helping us create a healthy digestive system. They are also helping us support our microbiome because we are contributing to a more diverse and healthy gut microbiome. And all of our fruits and vegetables help our gut, and our gut is so important to our immune system, so we always want to be conscious of that. The other area that our lentils and legumes can help is with our blood sugar. Because they are high protein, low fat, they are digested slowly, and so therefore they give us a low glycemic index and slowly releasing sugars into our bloodstream. So this is super important throughout the day because we don't want those high spikes. And then we're getting benefits because of our weight management. With the high fiber, high protein, we're feeling full longer. We're eating less. And so this can help us with our weight management because they're so rich in nutrients, packed with essential vitamins, minerals, iron, zinc, magnesium, potassium, folate, and copper. And they also have great antioxidant properties. So those are the benefits and why we want to include lentils and legumes in our diet. Well, let's look at lentils. There's so many varieties. There's red lentils, white lentils, yellow lentils, black, green, brown. That's just 6. I'm sure there's a few more out there, but they're wonderful. They're so easy to work with. Red lentils are amazing. If you put them in a stew, they basically dissolve. So you're getting the wonderful creaminess of a bean that just adds that wonderful protein to your meal. But the benefits of our lentils is they provide iron, folate, vitamin B. They're rich in polyphenols, and they have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. They're easy to digest. They contain that prebiotic fiber, low in saturated fat. Now here's a bean, soybeans. I don't think anybody really talks about soybeans, but if we eat them and when we eat them, the soybean is the highest protein of any bean. I didn't know that. They are a complete protein. I didn't know that. Meaning that they have all 9 essential amino acids. Didn't know that. They are a good source of choline, low in sodium, high potassium. So we want to include soybeans, and I know that when we go to our sushi place, we get edamame. Well, if we can eat the edamame without the salt, that's probably a better choice. But soybeans, real powerhouse. Who knew? Black beans, also wonderful. A lot of fiber, rich in antioxidants. Chickpeas. We all love chickpeas. We all love hummus. They are a wonderful substitute because they also contain all 9 essential amino acids like the soybean does. So wonderful food to keep. Throw it in a salad, put it in a soup, roast them and just munch on them as a treat. Chickpeas are so versatile. And again, the wonderful all 9 essential amino acids. You're getting great protein, minerals, and vitamins. We know kidney beans, pinto beans, navy beans, cannellini beans. There's so many different varieties, but the point is to try to include them in your diet. Now, there's 2 forms of beans. We can get them canned or we can get them fresh, dried. Now, the drawbacks of beans is that they create gas and bloating. We all know that. But let me talk for a moment about how to avoid that, because it's really about how they're cooked. And so if you're going to get canned beans, I highly recommend Eden brand, because Eden brand cooks them properly. They cook them, they soak them, and then they cook them with kombu, which is that sea vegetable that we talked about last year. This method of cooking reduces the bloating aspect of the bean. If we're going to take some fresh beans and learn how to cook them ourselves, then we're going to soak them overnight. We're going to get rid of that soaking water. We're going to get some kombu, and we're going to put our soaked beans with our kombu and water in a pot and cook them. This is a really good way, and it does help eliminate the gas. So if you're going to get canned, get Eden. If you're going to cook them yourself, you're going to help eliminate the gas. All beans, if you're going to do the canned, they need to be rinsed before you use them. Just FYI. So try it, try cooking. And then just make sure if you're cooking them yourself, you cook them long enough. You cook them long enough to make sure that they're cooked. That was my problem. Okay, so tips for incorporating our legumes in our diet. I would start with small amounts. That's what I did. We got to get our digestive system used to them. If we haven't eaten them before, throwing in a whole meal is just going to make us feel bloated and awful. We definitely want to rinse our canned legumes before we eat them. And if we're going to cook them from dried beans, soak them overnight, rinse them before we cook them, add that kombu. I think you'll really enjoy it. A fresh cooked bean, nothing like it. And we want to try a variety. We've got different lentils, chickpeas, black beans, soybeans, cannellini beans, pinto, kidney. Just try a variety. And then the greatest way is to add them to soups and stews, salads. Make some fresh hummus dip. Have you ever made fresh hummus dip? It's awesome. I think this month I put in a recipe for you to try it. So I hope you do. And with that, I just want to offer you 4 recipes at the end. You can download a roasted butternut squash and chickpea curry, which is super good, a vegan lentil shepherd's pie. My mom always made shepherd's pie, and so it was so nice to be able to recreate this in a vegan method. So we enjoy it, especially now in the winter. It's a nice hearty meal to enjoy with some steamed vegetables. So the 3rd recipe is a sweet potato black bean chili, and then lastly, a rich vegan bolognese with lentils, mushrooms, and walnuts. So the key, folks, is to incorporate the lentils and the beans, find some nice recipes, try them out, practice working with some dried beans. I think you'll really enjoy the flavor of a fresh bean. So that's it. It's lentils and legumes and hearty soups and stews this week. I hope you play. I hope you find something that you like and enjoy and share it with those that you love. Next week on The Kitchen with Jean, we're talking everything hummus, from its ancient roots, its nourishing benefits, and how we can make it on our own. From our classic recipes to creative flavors. It's the perfect, cozy, healthy staple for winter. Join me in the kitchen and let's dip in. And remember, we're in Earth School. The lesson is to love ourselves, love each other, and that life comes from us and life is for us. Be well, my friends. Have a wonderful week cooking. Take care.